Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm sorry this is not my normal setup, but I was out of town for a wedding all weekend and I just wanted to make sure that I could put this video out. So I watched all 7 episodes back to back. I'm trying to be that dedicated. But we are talking spoilers, so if you have not watched Squid Game Season 2 yet, go watch it and then come back unless you're a weirdo and you don't care about spoilers. Squid Game Season 1 was a show that I thought was really good. It wasn't one of the greatest things I've ever seen, like some people said it was, but I thought it was really good. I mean, we've seen shows and movies where it's a competition of people and it can only be one survivor, you might kill each other, but the thing that separated Squid Game apart from other movies and shows like that is the children games. It was just something extremely charming about that first season. I mean, you had so many great games. I mean, red light, green light. I never would have thought that I would get shot and die if I failed to play the rules of red light, green light. I mean, tug of war, the cookie game. I forgot what that was called. The glass panel game that they had going on. It was just all of the games in season 1 was just, oh, marbles. I can't believe I forgot marbles. All the games in season 1 was a hit for me. So season 1 had all these great games. They had all these great characters. Like with these Korean Netflix shows, I love them. Netflix has a lot of great Korean shows, but I'm terrible with the names, so I'm not even gonna try to butcher those names. But the main character, I thought he was really cool. I really felt for his story, and that man was going through it in season 1. We all remember this baddie. She was fine as hell. The old childhood friend was my personal favorite character of season 1 because he was the only one that seemed to be focused and had common sense and was doing what he needed to do to survive. I like that. The old man I thought was really cool. Even though I did correctly predict that something was off with him, I really liked his character. I forgot the Indian guy's name, but that game of marbles, bruh. And then the villain guy, I forgot his name as well. I thought he was really cool, even though I did not need that scene with him and that girl in the bathroom. But season 1 of Squid Games was a pop culture phenomenon. Like, Netflix had a certified hit. You could not avoid it. Everyone was talking about this. Netflix caught lightning in a bottle. And when you catch lightning in a bottle, you need to understand that is a really rare phenomenon. So they tried to do it again for season 2, and I haven't, like I said, I've been out of town all weekend. I don't know the conversation around Squid Game season 2. All I'm doing, as always, is speaking for me. I didn't really like this season at all. Capitalism in America is always hilarious because it seems like Netflix has just ignored all the themes and the messages of the show. I mean, you forced into Squid Game season 2, you had the Squid Game reality show. I think they're doing the Squid Game American version of the show. But I feel like I remember reading years ago that the creator of Squid Games only planned on this being one season. Like, I believe this was supposed to be one and done. I'm sure Netflix came to them and said, look, do you see these numbers? Hopefully they paid him or her a lot of money, but knowing Netflix, probably not. But hopefully the creator of the show got a big bag. But I just felt like with season 2, we did not need this. They tried to do some of the same things over again, but when we see it the first time and it's so charming and so fresh and unique, it just hits differently. When you see it done again, it's like, okay. Like, it seemed like it was points in this season where they literally or they genuinely just had no idea what to do. Like, they were just kind of like, well, they're paying us all this money for season 2. This is going to get a lot of views, so let's just do something. So I didn't like this season, but I don't like to just bash movies and TV shows without saying what I do like. So things that I liked about Squid Game season 2. I thought episode 1 was really interesting. I loved the whole cat and mouse thing with them trying to find the guy, the charming, good looking dude that all the ladies be thirsting over that be in the subway. I love the whole aspect of them trying to find this guy and them setting out plans so they can find him and they can hopefully enter these games again. The rock, paper, scissors scene with the gang boss and the other guy, I forgot, the one that survived. He was one of my favorite characters of the season. But that rock, paper, scissors game, that was really intense. I thought that scene was really well done. The Russian roulette scene in the apartment, I again thought that was really well done. Again, really intense moment for that. What else do I like? Because it's not a lot. I think the game was called Mingle. I think that's what it was called, where it was like the merry-go-round and they stopped the music and then you had to get the certain number of players and run into the room. That game, that whole scene really stressed me out. That game, I would have died during that game because people would have pissed me off. But that was my favorite game of the season, even though we only saw 3. I think it was only 3. That whole thing really good, really intense. The production, also the production on this season, the production I thought is really well done. Again, like I said, I'm sure they got paid a lot of money. This looked big budget, so the production was great. The production I thought was well. Episode 1 I liked. The Mingle game I liked. That's really it. For the things that I don't like is literally almost everything else. I don't think this season did, outside of production probably, I don't think this season did anything at all better than season 1. One, the story for this is just kind of all over the place, but he wants to get back into the game so he can try to stop the gangs from inside. And he ends up teaming up with the cop guy that got shot, and like I didn't really care about that whole situation. But it's just the way that this story happened is just, it was a lot of filler. It was a lot of moments where it just felt like they didn't know what to do. They were just like, we got to make these episodes like an hour long, so let's just try to stretch this out as much as we can. Like in this season, the police officer side arc with the other guy that was like in the gang, and the police officer whose brother is like running all the Squid Games, nothing happened. What was the point of all that? Nothing really happened with that. The point of going back into the games to try to stop it from within, I guess, you know, I guess that's all they could do, because how else, unless they sent somebody else to be like the inside man or woman. But I just didn't think that was good at all. It just, this whole season, it just felt like we don't need to see any of this. Even with the games, we only saw 3 games, and one of them we already saw in season 1. Red light, green light was one of those things that when you watch that first episode on season 1, you're like, holy shit, what is going on? And then when you see it done again, and then the guys telling people how to beat the game, and it's like, just like, we've already seen this. What else can we do? Like the second game, the little track game with the mini games, I hated that whole thing. That all of that was so corny to me. Like, it was so bad in my opinion, especially when the main characters, when their group started going and they had the music playing and everybody was killing it on the first try. It's just like, all of that was so bad to me. I hated that whole scene, and I think that took 2 episodes to do. And then on top of that, they run it back with the player 1 thing, which was so stupid to me. Like, when I saw that the guy was one of the contestants in the game, I said, okay, I mean, they're kind of doing it again, but this could be interesting because he's like the head guy. But it's just like, we've seen this. This was the old man in season 1. We've already done this before. And the fact that the guy, they do the same exact number, 001, the same exact thing. For what? They could have made him 397 or something like that. The characters in this season, I did not really like any of the new characters. Like, I like the guy that was like in the gang and who was with the boss, who played rock, paper, scissors. I don't know his guy. I'll post his picture. He was probably my favorite character of this season. Literally everyone else I don't like. I don't like I think it was the Navy, no, he was the Marine guy who we're going to talk about later, who left his people hanging. I didn't like the Marine guy. I'm not one of those people that be like, this woke stuff and blah, blah, blah. I'm sure it's a certain side of YouTube and social media that really hated the transgender character. I personally don't care that he or she is trans. I just didn't care for the character. The pregnant storyline that they had going on, I did not care about that at all. They enforced this crypto guy, this crypto guy that made a lot of people lose money. And then Thanos. I don't know how other people feel, but I did not like Thanos at all. His character was so bad to me, especially the guy that was rolling with him with the kind of long hair. I thought they were so bad. The religious chick, or the weird one that's always talking about God and stuff like that. Bro, every single character of this season was trash to me, bro. Like the woman on the first season that thought she was like cool, and the annoying one that slept with the bad guy, I hated her character. She's the best. If she was on this season, she would have been better than everybody. all the characters to me were just stupid. Like I said, the whole pregnancy thing, and they did the son and the child and parent thing with the son and then his mom. They literally had that same exact storyline on the reality show they did. If you haven't seen the reality show, on the reality show, it was a son and his mother, and they did that on this season as well. I mean, it's nobody's fault, I guess, but it's just like, I feel like it would have hit differently if I didn't watch the reality show, but I'm kind of like, yo, I just saw this. It's just the characters in season 1 were so interesting, and here they're not. Like the character development, the pacing of this season was just all over the place in my opinion. And like I said, with the filler that they got in this season, it was just a lot of stuff that happened that didn't really progress to anything. Like, why are we spending an hour looking at these people placing votes? Like, when they first said that they were gonna do voting after every game, I was like, okay, that can be really interesting. That's a cool new twist that they got for this. I wasn't expecting them to show every single person voting all the time. It was literally like 20 minutes, it seemed like, of just voting, and then the whole voting situation. And it's like, we're not really progressing anything. It's just this guy telling everybody, hey, let's go home. And they're just saying, oh, we'll show people in slow motion voting and stuff. And it's, as an American, with the election that just happened a few months ago, it's also kind of hard not to see parallels to the Donald Trump and Kamala Harris election, especially red and blue. And then it seems like the teams that were going against each other seems very reminiscent to Democrats and Republicans, but maybe that's just me. It was just so much stupid stuff in my opinion. Like when the contestants learned that player 456, I think that's the number, 356, 456, when they realized that he was a previous winner, and they were like, oh, we're just gonna listen to you. You played this game before. Why would he, the winner, and anyone else expect the games to be the exact same from 3 years ago? Why would anyone expect that? And then the way this season ended with, oh, we're gonna do this plan, we're gonna purposely watch people die so we can try to get the edge on the guards. And like, that was one of my main issues with season 1. I was like, bro, they had the weakest security ever. For them to have all this money, all these resources, they had the worst security in season 1. And they tightened up on some things in season 2. But that whole ending with them killing all the guards and taking their guns, and that was so stupid for me. And when I realized that that was happening in the last episode, I was like, how are they going to wrap this all up? And what do you know? So we get this long shooting scene of the players making their way through the building, and they're trying to get to the top so they could kill the guy with the black mask and hopefully find the VIPs and stuff like that. And they're fighting their way. Of course, they have player 1 who works with the Squid Games people, who's being a double agent, and of course he's going to betray them. And it's just all of that. I just hated that so much. And it was just seemed like a waste of time. And then this man, I think his name was I forgot his name, but the dude that went back, who was clearly shocked with all the shooting and killing going on around him, they sent him back to go get ammo. Excuse my language, but that guy. His fight or flight showed, and he was definitely flight. And he just turned around and left all his people, bro. Like, that pissed me off. And then with player 1, he goes around and he's like, oh, we're gonna flank them and stuff like that. And then he shoots his other people in the back, and now he's back to being with the black mask and stuff like that. And then the season ends, and what do we see coming back in 2025? So they're coming out with another season, the final season in 2025. And the fact that they did this in 2 parts, and the fact that they're doing 3 seasons and this is going to be the season finale, this just also confirmed to me that they had no idea what was going to go. They were just like, look, we're just going to try to stretch this out, and we're just going to knock these seasons out and drop them back to back. All of this season just felt pointless to me. We got this game. The movie's called Squid Games. Like, I guess you could say we got rock, paper, scissors and a Russian roulette in the first episode, but pretty much we got 3 games this season, and one of them we had already seen before. Like I said, Mingle was really cool. The track thing with the mini games I hated that whole scene. Those people was pissing me off on that. But this season just didn't feel like we needed it, in my opinion. Sorry. I wish they would have just let the creator stick to just one season. It was so much filler, so many bad characters in this. Like, the story was all over the place. Like I said, with the characters, I just don't care about none of them. Like, how do you introduce like 8 characters and I don't like none of them at all? Like, when they did the whole crypto thing and then Thanos dropping bars and like the fight that they had in the bathroom, I thought that was cool. Like when Thanos got stabbed. I like that scene. It was stuff that they did that I felt like could have been done well. If one, we just played more games. 2, they cut back on the player voting. 3, the police officer that was supposed to be tracking the island did absolutely nothing. Like, we didn't really get anywhere with that. We learned that the boat captain, I guess, is also with the Squid Game people because he killed one of the dudes and he was trying to damage the drone. I guess we go see what they do in season 3. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to throw the players back and make them play more games, or I don't know. Like I said, I watched it was like 7 hours straight so I can do this video. I did not like season 2. This, man, to me, this was a miss. I could be completely wrong. I could get on the internet and I could see people absolutely love this season. Maybe to them, this is the greatest thing ever. But to me, I did not like this season at all. This was extremely disappointing to me. I guess we're just going to have to wait and see what happens with season 3. Capitalism, man. I don't know how long this video is, but thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe if you're new here. Sorry, again, this is not my usual setup. I just wanted to make sure that I was able to put this video out. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I haven't really talked to anybody about Squid Game. Like I said, I was out of town, so a lot of people that I've talked to haven't seen it yet. I don't know what the temperature is. Maybe people love this season. Maybe I'm just being the Grinch. Maybe I'm just hating. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Did you like the characters? Did you like what the direction they're going with the story? What do you expect to happen in season 3? Let me know in the comment section below. Love you guys. As always, remember to tell someone that you love them. Until next time, see you in the next life.